Vande Mataram, Jai Hind friends. In last lecture, I explained you regarding the liberalization and somewhere else in the topic of subsidy, I stopped my lecture and I told you in next lecture I will first explain you what is the meaning of subsidy and then we will talk about the privatization and globalization. Okay, so first talk about subsidy. You know, there are two type of parallel system of shop in our country. One is the fair price shop, which is known as the government shop or ration shop. Okay, and another that is the open market. I will give you one example. Suppose you purchase sugar from open market. Do you know what is the cost of what is the cost of sugar in open market or the price of sugar in open market? Probably 30 to 35 or 40 rupees. Is it clear? And at the same time, same kind and same quality of sugar, if you will purchase from the ration shop, okay, then it is sold by that shopkeeper something 25 to 20 rupees. Just you can imagine such a variation of price is there. Don't you think the shopkeeper in the fair price shop is selling the sugar which getting in the market is 40 rupees, in 20 or 25 rupees he is suffering from loss? Yes or no? What do you think about this? Because in market it is 40 rupees and he is selling 20 rupees. Directly 20 rupees loss is there. So this kind of business who will do? No. Even though that fair shop price trader give you the sugar at the rate of 20 rupees per kg. Reason is that 20 rupee paid by government to him. Okay, and that amount which is paid by government to him for the welfare of the people, that amount is called the subsidy. In Hindi and Gujarati it is called the anudan. Okay, and like that way that fair price shop do their business because they get the benefit like this way. And to give the relaxation to the people, to the subject, government take this kind of actions. Even you know, in LPG gas, if you purchase the open market LPG cylinder, suppose you are purchasing from Reliance, probably you will get 1000 to 1500. Okay, and at the same you get somewhere 600 to 700. So whatever the excess amount is there, that is paid by government and that amount is called the subsidy. Is it clear? So government की तिजोरी पर उससे भैया बहुत बड़ा असर पड़ता है. And because of that reason जब मोदी जी जो है प्राइम मिनिस्टर बने तो उन्होंने जो है ये आह्वान किया था कि जो कैपेबल लोग हैं कम से कम वो अपनी सब्सिडी को गिव अप करें, और उनके ऐसा कहने पर बहुत सारे लोगों ने सब्सिडी छोड़ दी थी. ये एक फैक्टफुल चीज़ है जो आपको जो है अंडरस्टैंड करनी चाहिए. ओके, नाउ आफ्टर डूइंग एंड अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिस कंसेप्ट इन माइंड, नेक्स्ट वन इज द privatization in economic reform. Today we will complete two topics. One is the privatization and second is the globalization, and last will be what is the consequence or the effect of economic reform. Economic reform की क्या असर हुई, that is the last topic. So let's talk about it first of all. इसके बारे में पहले सोच लेते हैं. Okay, so let's start with privatization. तो नाम से ही पता चल रहा है, government has promoted private sector to establish their business and provide the different kind of facilities to them. At the same time whatever government entrepreneurship were there, or you can say the public sector were there, that all are sold by government to the private entrepreneur, or government has done the partnership with the private entrepreneur. Okay, and that entire process, that is known as disinvestment. During the era of Atal Bihari Vajpayee ji, independent ministry was also opened for that, and that was the disinvestment ministry. Is it clear? Arun Shourie was the first disinvestment minister of India. Now that system is now closed down, because mostly the process of disinvestment has over now, so there is no need further, and that's why government has closed the function of this ministry and merged with the commerce ministry. Is it clear? So let's talk about it more in detail. So privatization means the process of introducing private ownership in public owned enterprises and increasing the size of private sector. In India, the public sector enterprises are owned and managed by the state. Privatization means the process of transferring ownership of economic enterprises from public sector to private sector, either partially or fully. So what is the process of privatization? Privatization can be placed in two ways. First, through the disinvestment, which I just now explained you. Second, reducing the number of area received for investment only by the public sector, operating investment by the private sector. There is no interference of government at any kind, law wise or administrative wise, anyway. By establishing public-private partnership business. So disinvestment means the process where the state reduce the share of investment in the public enterprises or draw back the investment completely by selling their share to the private sector. Means government organization, government company, government entrepreneurship, government sector, whatever entrepreneurship of government is there in the process of production, that all are sold by government to the private entrepreneurs and generate the capital or income which make the strong the government treasury, and that process is called the disinvestment. Thus the process by which the state disinvest from public enterprises is called disinvestment. Now two kinds of process are there. Either government sold fully organization in the hand of private sector, one thing is that, and second is government sold the partially, and it may be the ratio of 49-51. If 51% share of capital has government in own hand, then you can say the ownership is with government and management with private sector, and so many time it has become vice versa. Okay, management is in the hand of private sector and government do act as a partner, means it government enjoy the profit in that. Is it clear? अब आप लोग जो है सोचोगे कि सर इससे गवर्नमेंट को क्या बेनिफिट हुआ, तो गवर्नमेंट को ये बेनिफिट हुआ कि उसको पैसे मिल रहे हैं लेकिन मगजमारी नहीं करनी पड़ रही है, उसको इंटरफेरेंस नहीं करना पड़ रहा है, एंड दे आर गेटिंग द मनी. दैट इज द ओनली बेनिफिट. ओके, वन जस्ट scenario I am showing you here. After independence there was a significant rise in the number of public sector enterprises under the central government. After 1991 they did rise significantly. On March 1951 there was 5 public sector enterprises under the central government, which become 233 in 1990 and 270 in 2010 and 300 in 2015. The process of disinvestment from old enterprises continue while the state में set up new. मतलब मैक्सिमम कंपनीज को गवर्नमेंट ने प्राइवेट लोगों के हाथ में बेच दिया. गवर्नमेंट का काम बिजनेस करना नहीं होता है, गवर्नमेंट का काम बिजनेस देखना होता है. ये चीज़ जो है सरकार ने अंडरस्टैंड की. Okay, and like that way privatization process is going on continuously, even there are going so many reforms continuously in that. And the next topic is the globalization. The meaning of globalization is that to invite the foreign capital in India to start the business, and it is in two way. One is in the form of direct investment, that is called the FDI, foreign direct investment. Means I give you one example. Suppose one company is there in your Halol, that is the Toto. Okay, this Toto company, okay, basically, or one more company is there beside it, that is MG Motor. Is it clear? That company basically belong with China. Is it clear? But they started their business here because they invested there, and that investment is the direct investment, and that is called the FDI. Second type of investment is that the foreign investors invest their money in the share market, okay, and they make our economy strong, and that type of investment is called indirect investment. And this both are possible because of the globalization. Our government has opened the door for foreign capital to our country, and that process is the globalization. So globalization is the process by increasing a country economic integration with the rest of the world by increasing the trade in goods and services, increasing movement of the physical and financial capital, increasing exchange of technology, and increasing investment between borders. It can be undertaken by gradually decreasing the policy control while solve the impediment of foreign trade. How this process is started in the year 1991, International Monetary Fund, that is the IMF, declared several nations as highly indebted and imposed upon them globalize and upgrade the technology to growth and nation. जो लोगों को IMF का बहुत सारा कर्जा था, उन कंट्रीज को उन्होंने सजेस्ट किया कि भाई आप जो है फॉरेन इन्वेस्टमेंट को आपके यहाँ पे वेलकम करो, तो उससे आपके यहाँ पे कैपिटल आएगा, तो जनरेट कैपिटल होगा, तो आपको आपका उधार चुकाने में मदद मिलेगी. ओके, it was a precondition before the sanction further loan of this nation. India was one of those. Accordingly, India has relaxed its policy to granting protection to domestic industries for foreign competition, and thus India began globalization by allowing more trade with our other nation. The following marked is a systematic globalization process. First, import-export licensing policy was made simpler and easy. Okay, whatever the complexity of there, that was reduced and removed by the government. India became the member of WTO in 1995. Introducing the convertibility of Indian rupees into the currency as market rate, gradually reducing the conversion of official rate. There were sector-wise systematic increase in foreign direct investment. Investors and producers India were allowed to increase the financial collaboration with their foreign counterparts, or you can say the partners. State become more independent. State become more indifferent in policy matter between the domestic and foreign investment and producers, that to undue protection of Indian investor against foreign competition was laid. Okay, now how the foreigners invested in India. Okay, what are the procedure? Let's talk about it. इसके बारे में हम लोग बात करते हैं. Okay, so the foreign investment become an important component of the process of globalization. Under relatively closed and controlled economy, excessive foreign exchange need of Indian economy to purpose of investment, import of essential goods and services, technology imports, etc. were made by borrowing from international organization and foreign government. Okay, different kinds of tax relaxation is given by government. Now types of investment, already I explained you, foreign institutional investment and foreign direct investment, FDI and FFI. FFI, it invests in the stocks and share market, and FDI, there is a direct investment in it. Okay, now what are the nature of foreign direct investment? The nature of FDI is it is a physical establishment of the form of direct investment and hence stable from investment. It brings machines, material and wealth to the home country. It brings new technology. It brings different work culture along with it. Okay, now what is the Indian foreign policy? हमारी foreign policy क्या है? Okay, और उसके बाद में इंडियन फॉरेन ट्रेड पॉलिसी ग्लोबलाइजेशन से पहले क्या थी और हमने उस पर कैसे चेंज किया. ओके, और ग्लोबलाइजेशन के बाद में इकोनॉमिक रिफॉर्म से हमारे कंट्री को किस टाइप के बेनिफिट हुए, इसको हम लोग नेक्स्ट लेक्चर में अंडरस्टैंड करेंगे. मीन्स एक और लेक्चर आपका आएगा एंड दिस चैप्टर विल बी ओवर. ओके, बाय, सी यू, टेक केयर.